All right, I want to sketch this graph, and I'm given these three different graphs to choose from. So the first thing you always want to look at is your leading term, and in this case it's going to be negative 1/2 x to the fourth power. Y to the fourth, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I know it can't be those. Why? Because remember, this is going to look like that with this leading term being negative. And now I just have to figure out kind of these other things. So what I would do is certainly find the zeros. You can see this is going to be -4, 1, and -1. So those are my zeros, my x-intercepts. And from here, what I do is I kind of draw a number line. And so -4, -1, not to scale, and then 1. And you can simply plug points in here, okay, into your actual function. So I plugged in, and we'll call these test points. I plugged in f of -5, or I'm sorry, g, I guess it's using a g here, g of -5, meaning everywhere up here I plugged in a -5, and I got a negative value. Then I plugged in g of -3 into this function, and I got a positive value. Then I plugged in g of 0, and I got a negative, and in fact I get a -2, which is what? My y-intercept. And then I picked here, I plugged in g of 2, and I got a negative value. Now this should kind of make a little bit of sense, because remember multiplicities, if you have an odd multiplicity, it crosses the x-axis. Notice the x plus 4, this -4, well, that makes sense. It's going from negative to positive. And then this multiplicity is based off of this one, which is odd. So that would make sense. It goes from positive to negative. And then notice here, this multiplicity is even. Sorry, my graph got kind of funky. So that means it is going up, but it's tangent to it, and then coming down. And so for me, looking at the graphs, if I can find my graphs here, I knew that it wasn't this one, okay? And why? Because it actually went through the x-axis at this value, okay? So at my -4 y-intercept, or I'm sorry, x-intercept, so I know it must be that one.